Hello everyone. This is the book discussion of Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and we are here to talk about the book, rant about it, and roll over it. So feel free to join us. And if you are on YouTube, like us, subscribe us, and stay updated for more such group discussion. So starting with the book, I am passing on the stage one by one, and want to know basic outline of the book and what you feel while reading it, and which format have you read it, and what was your experience. So starting with Rasmi, what was your experience and which format have you read? All those things.
Okay. The best part of the book, पेज वन से चीजें मेंटेन रखी, पेज लास्ट तक चीजें थी, मतलब वो चीजें मेंटेन रखी राइटिंग में, ठीक है. और जो एक वन लाइनर्स है ना, लाइक एवलिन के डायलॉग्स, लाइक if I'll regret that will make it a sin, some kind of that.
Uh,
So one liners best part book for me. और जो कॉन्फिडेंस एवलिन कैरी कर रही थ्रू आउट.
okay, great. Sanjana, do you want to add something? And if you can introduce also yourself, like just one line introduction. उसके बाद फिर book के बारे में बोल सकते हो. Sanjana, are you there? Okay, Himangi, are you there?
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yep, you are. Go on.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Himangi Agarwal and I am from Faridabad and I am currently pursuing my graduation. I'm a second year student and I am pursuing statistics honors. And this was about me and about the book. I have started but I haven't finished it yet because my exams are going on and बिल्कुल time नहीं मिल रहा आजकल. So I am really liking the writing style and like Rashmi said कि Evelyn का जो confidence है and like she composes herself. I don't know मैं सही उसमें express कर पा रही हूँ या नहीं, but she is a very composed person and काफी अच्छा हुआ है, तो मुझे उसका character काफी अच्छा लग रहा है अभी, and I haven't completed it yet, तभी मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बोल पाऊँगी. So this is just I'm liking the writing style and everything. Thank you.
Okay, great. Neha, do you want to add something?
I'm going to piss over everything.
Okay.
I read a physical book and I didn't quite like it. It's the same old wine and it's the same old story. Nothing that I've not heard. Or nothing. Yeah, language was also very easy for me. Like, ऐसा कुछ अच्छा, ऐसे challenging, अच्छा नया words, कुछ ऐसा नहीं था for me.
+1. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yuvika?
it is very contradictory to everyone that I've spoken to, but you see, even in India, even in Bollywood, you have seen all this. This is not like new. Okay, one more line. Who all thinks that Harry is the Karan Johar of Hollywood? और उसने शादी नहीं की अभी तक. But except that part, except the marriage part, he is like the Karan Johar of Hollywood. नहीं. ओके मे बी प्रोड्यूसर है. अच्छा ओके वो धर्मा में मतलब वो यश चोपड़ा से चालू किया उसने. या ओके देयर आर
Guys, no gossips.
सिमिलैरिटीज.
बाद में करते हैं gossip. अच्छा, और एक चीज और, is there anyone who has a problem with Hindi language? Because I think कि होने वाले हिंदी में conversation. Is there
आई एम
anyone who has
ओके विद एनीथिंग.
problem with Hindi language?
हिंदी इंग्लिश.
I don't think anyone is there who has problem with Hindi. Okay, great. So Yuvika, uh, what was your opinion and what you want to say about the book? Overall overview.
First thing, I got a physical copy, and that's why I want to show off.
Yo,
I also got one.
damn.
I buy, and yeah, actually, the same thing. The confidence was just superb, so I really like the confidence part. And the second thing was that the thing with it was like because the previous states were not so engrossing for me, so this one was like I was too invested in it, and that's why maybe I liked it. That's it.
Okay, great. Ritul, what was your? I think you really liked the book because this is your
I loved it.
getting out from the reading zone, like reading slump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
I think I read one book like this 2 years back or 1 years back. I don't know, like 1 year or two साल. I don't know, remember. वो जो Me Before You. तू भी तू तो पढ़ता रहता है. You are the reader. Like out of all my friends, I think you read the most. Baki, overall, I love this book actually. I love how honest Evelyn is because we all have those dark things we do for ourselves, but we don't openly admit it. कि हाँ हम लोग कर रहे हैं ऐसा. But she admits it and she wears it like very proudly. कि हाँ I do it. It's like it's life. So that sheer honestness is like I like it. बस वही है. And about नेहा मैम एंड योविका, आप लोग बहुत बुक पढ़ते हो. इसलिए कुछ नया नहीं लग रहा. आई थिंक आई एम लाइकिंग इट बिकॉज आई हैवंट रेड इन अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, तो मेरे को तो सब नया लग रहा है. सो आई
Yeah,
जस्ट लव
I'm
इट.
a supporter of this book. I really liked it too, and it was like investing for me.
मतलब स्टार्टिंग से आई रिक्वेस्टेड अश्विनी की प्लीज आई कर दे. मैंने पढ़ा नहीं है. आई वांट टू रीड इट. इट वाज रियली गुड. मेरे को तो पसंद आ रही है, अभी तक पसंद आ रही है. आई रियली डोंट वांट टू हियर एनी स्पॉयलर्स स्टिल. आई विल जस्ट पढ़ के खत्म करनी है.
Ritul
बहुत दिनों बाद कुछ.
ऐसा
Ritul
नहीं है
has
कि
called
पसंद नहीं, सॉरी.
Ritul has called me in the evening and बोलती है कि यार कल 11:30 ही है. मैं बोला हाँ. बोल ऐसे बोलना तेरी तबीयत खराब हो गई या कुछ हो गया तो शाम में रिस्केड्यूल कर देना. आई सो वांट टू कंप्लीट इट.
एंड आई वुड हैव, पता अगर इसने बोला था ना 5:30 बजे, मैं कसम बता रही सुबह 9 बजे उठ के शुरू हो जाती मैं. लेकिन मुझसे उठा नहीं गया आज. नहीं
Okay,
पढ़ा
great.
जाएगा.
मेरे
Passing
को दो
on
दिन
to
पहले लगा कि
Sakshi.
खत्म होने में टाइम लगेगा.
Yeah,
Okay, this is Sakshi.
you can
I've
turn on your camera if you want.
no, because
Okay,
there's painting and all going on in the background.
okay. Go
You
on.
can see, you can keep a background like morph
Like
background.
me
Take
background.
off.
Like
I'm
you
going
can be
from
in
rooms
in a
to
cafe.
room.
Yeah.
I'm going from rooms to rooms. So
Okay. No problem.
uh,
Continue.
so I like after like 20 to 50 pages, it got very tempted. I like the book overall. Like the character of Evelyn Hugo remains constant throughout, but in different ways, like bossy kind. And then her marriages teach her or taught her something, and then it shows how everyone makes mistake in life. Overall, I like the book.
Okay, great. Pius, have you read the book and do you want to add something?
हाय आई हैवंट रेड द बुक. मैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ तुम सब लोगों को देखने आया हूँ.
Oh,
सुपरविजन. मैं सिर्फ सुपरविजन पर्पस से आया हूँ.
okay, great.
या
Thanks for your presence, auspicious presence.
Appearance. Thank you for your
ओ आई एम
appearance.
वेरी डिलाइटेड.
Falguni, you were already moderating the previous GD, but still, if you want to add something, we
हाँ
are
जी.
discussing about the overall feel of the book. Yes.
मुझे इनवाइट किया गया तो मैंने सोचा कि ज्वाइन कर लेती हूँ.
Okay.
बाकी शेयर तो मैं कर ही चुकी हूँ ऑलरेडी इस बुक के बारे में, एंड आई रियली लव्ड इट. इट वाज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ऑल द बुक्स दैट आई हैव ऑलरेडी रेड, और लाइक काफी इंटरेस्टिंग, काफी एंगेजिंग बुक लगी मेरे को. सो या आई रियली हैड फन रीडिंग दिस वन.
Okay, great. So now हम लोग क्वेश्चन की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं. So we have few questions on board and we want to discuss about all those questions. So first question first, who was your favorite character? And if possible, try to give another favorite character apart from Evelyn Hugo. Like Evelyn Hugo will be evident, most of you might have liked it. तो उसके अलावा भी कोई एक और character को बोल देना. Okay, so again starting from Rasmi.
Harry as a father.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
No, even Harry as a husband, like he was very caring in
Yeah,
the beginning.
yeah, on that side, Harry after marriage, perfect.
Okay, यानी Harry after marriage. Okay, great. Sanjana?
Hi. So my favorite character will be Harry only because throughout he was so sweet and their journey was so beautiful together.
Okay.
Yeah, it was tragic too, but
Okay, great. Himangi? Himangi might
I
not
can't.
get the Harry thing because she is still not
हाँ.
halfway through the book. So अभी उसके
Yes,
लिए लग रहा होगा कि
exactly.
why they are flaunting over Harry.
क्योंकि
Yes,
70%
तो
the book
अभी
है.
एवेलिन ही है. अभी आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द बुक आई विल टेल यू गाइस फाइनल की कौन सा फेवरेट कैरेक्टर है. अभी के लिए एवेलिन ही है.
अभी के लिए एवलिन ग्रेट. नेहा.
That John fellow who was that football player, this
हाँ.
guy's
John
husband.
Braverman.
Ah,
Braverman.
yeah.
Okay.
Because everyone picked Harry, like. So.
अरे वही मेरा भी मैं भी हैरी बोल फिर like everyone is put.
Like, but that guy was my second favorite. Okay, chal. Because he was not an asshole after all.
हाँ okay great. Yuvika.
I think Monique, because
Ah.
at the end she started being more like Evelyn Hugo, and I mean she was standing up for herself, and finally she was like getting at something, like taking her own decisions, and yeah, I like the character building so her.
Yeah.
Monica, at a point when she like give the deal, you give me the position, I'll give you the interview and the photo shoot thing.
Yep.
That time.
No, okay. Some people have not read. Towards the end, also, her decision making skills were really
Yeah,
nice.
that
Like,
got improved.
Yeah, I mean she was so confused earlier, and then at the end she's like yeah firm on her decisions. Like I want
mother,
this, and this
what
is
she
it.
did for her mother, like how she portrayed it, and yeah, it was smart.
Yeah. ऋतुल अभी तक तुम्हारा फेवरेट कैरेक्टर कौन सा रहा एंड एनीथिंग अबाउट हिम और हर.
Second favorite, of course, Harry. हैरी कैमरॉन मेरे को स्टार्टिंग से ही पसंद है. पता नहीं अगर आगे जाके विलन बनने वाला है, बट अभी तक आई लाइक हिम बिकॉज
इसका
यू नो
बुक
ही
तो
हैज
आना
बीन
है.
दैट.
कौन कौन
हाँ,
कौन.
इसका बुक तो
हैरी
आने वाला है.
कैमरॉन
नहीं,
समझ
मर
गया.
क्यों नहीं आना?
हाँ, मर तो जाएगा बट अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है. सो मतलब आई लाइक
Oh,
हिम फ्रॉम द
yeah,
वेरी
you've not
बिगिनिंग.
read the whole thing. Okay, okay.
या 70%. तो मतलब आई लाइक हिम फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग बिकॉज यू नो ही वाज आल्सो वेरी ऑनेस्ट. उसको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है सामने वाला हर्ट हो रहा है. उसको बस बोलना है कि हाँ देखो बेटा ऐसी बात है, यही होता है. So he was very honest from the very beginning, and also that he was not an complete asshole. Like he wasn't actually an asshole, but he was not like too much of that. So I liked him overall. And Evelyn Hugo तो बहुत अच्छी. She's like
Okay.
मिनी
साक्षी.
क्रश हो गया मेरे दोस्त पे. चलो.
साक्षी.
Oh yeah, obviously Harry Cameron.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite, book character. I even like Grace. She stayed up with Evelyn forever.
So you were saying that Harry Cameron for you is like the one of the
I
most
know.
good characters throughout whole the book that you have read or just for the Seven Husbands.
Just for the Seven Husbands.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. And about me, तो मेरा भी हैरी कैमरून और एवलिन ह्यूगो. लाइक एवलिन ह्यूगो वाज एविडेंट और इसीलिए मैंने क्वेश्चन में भी बोला था उसके अलावा कोई और है तो. बट या
I can
एवलिन
say
ह्यूगो.
favorite pair.
हाँ एवलिन because like the selling point of the book was this ना, so everything was portrayed around her, so she is the evident one. उसको like पसंद तुम करना ही है because उसके अराउंड ही स्टोरी है. Even if you like don't like the basic aspects of her attitude or her life, उसके बाद भी उससे थोड़ा सा एक अट्रैक्शन और एक कनेक्शन फील होता है. सो एवलिन ह्यूगो, उसके बाद फिर हैरी कैमरून, और उसके बाद अगर बोलूँ तो सेकंड हस्बैंड आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द नेम बिकॉज सेकंड हस्बैंड.
जॉन नहीं.
नो जॉन वाज.
सेकेंड हस्बैंड तो मारता था उसको.
अरे हाँ बट आफ्टर ना लाइक सी उस पार्ट ऑफ द कैरेक्टर तो एक पॉइंट के बाद जाके, बट ही वाज द वन जिसने उसको बताया कि एक्चुअल में
एक
वो
point
लव
of
वाली
dawn
फीलिंग
was
क्या
fine.
होती है. बिकॉज उसका जो फर्स्ट हस्बैंड था, सी मैरिड हिम जस्ट फॉर द रीजन टू गेट इनटू द हॉलीवुड एंड मूव आउट फ्रॉम द सिटी. तो जो सेकंड था, सो उसने उसको फील करवाया कि लव क्या होती है.
डॉन.
मतलब या द फीलिंग ऑफ द लव एंड होल एक्सपीरियंस. तो ही वाज द वन हु मेड हर टू फील. हाँ उसके बाद जो कैरेक्टर ट्रांसफॉर्म हुआ और जो भी कुछ हुआ उनकी लाइफ में, तो इट वाज अ सैड पार्ट. बट अगर इसका सिर्फ फर्स्ट पार्ट अगर इंक्लूड करें तो ही वाज द वन. और फिर अगर उसके बाद कोई कैरेक्टर मेरे माइंड में आता है तो रेड गर्ल, सीलिया नाम था ना शायद उसका.
Celia
Yes.
Simon.
हाँ तो सीलिया वाज वेरी क्यूट इनोसेंट लवेबल कैरेक्टर, उसका मतलब एक अलग ही वाइब आती थी उसके पास से।
No, I'm excited for the movie, like when it will come on Netflix.
हाँ, ओके, सो उसके बाद एक क्वेश्चन और कि व्हेन यू सी एवलिन ह्यूगो एज अ कैरेक्टर, सो उसके कैरेक्टर में हम लोग फ्लॉज भी देखते हैं और बहुत सारा अलग अलग इमोशन फील करते हैं। सो व्हाट वाज द मोर रिलेटेबल इमोशन फॉर यू, तुम किस उसके एस्पेक्ट से रिलेट कर पाए अच्छे से एंड उसको ज़्यादा एक्सप्लोर कर पाए कंपेयरिंग विथ योर लाइफ और योर सराउंडिंग्स। रश्मि।
Something like keeping secrets. People will not accept if I'll tell this. है ना, कि अगर मैंने अपने बारे में बता दिया तो वो लोग मेरे को इतना इम्पोर्टेंस देंगे नहीं जितनी दी जा रही है।
ओके,
तो एक वो चीज होता है ना कि कहीं ना कहीं लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है एक
और कुछ?
ना।
ओके,
काफी
रश्मि इज
कॉन्फिडेंस
लाइक वेरी
एवलिन ह्यूगो
स्पेसिफिक
वाला
विद द
चाहिए।
आंसर। रश्मि इज लाइक वेरी स्पेसिफिक, मेरे को एक वर्ड में एक लाइन में खत्म करना है।
हाँ,
ऑन द पॉइंट, नो बकवास।
उसने ही सुना, आपने जो
ओए
स्टार्टिंग में बोला था ना कि कीप इट शॉर्ट।
keep it short, following your directions sir।
ओके, संजना।
हाँ, तो मुझे उसका वो पार्ट अच्छा लगा कैरेक्टर का कि वो मतलब अपनी हर एक अपॉर्चुनिटी को ग्रैब करती है, मतलब कुछ भी जाने नहीं देती है।
या
कोई भी कंडीशन में वो कैसे भी निकल सकती है।
या
वो
तो
मुझे
उसको
बहुत अच्छा
जस्टिफाई करने के लिए अगर कोई सिनेरियो, अगर कुछ बुक से पिक करके जस्टिफाई करना चाहो तो?
लगा। जैसे कि एक लास्ट में एक वो आता है कि वो हैरी कैमरॉन का वो जब मैं
एक्सीडेंट
स्पॉइलर
एक्सीडेंट
दे दूंगी।
ओके, यू गाइस का म्यूट, लाइक ऋतुल एंड और कौन थी, हिमांगी, यू
कर दिया मैंने टर्न ऑफ पहले ही।
मैं थम्स अप कर दूंगा जब वो स्पॉइलर वाला
दीदी
पार्ट खत्म
स्पॉइलर।
हो जाएगा। ओके, मैं थम्स अप कर दूंगा जब स्पॉइलर वाला पार्ट खत्म हो जाएगा। ओके, म्यूट।
तो तो जब वो
एक्सीडेंट वाला पार्ट।
तो वो एक्टर न्यू एक्टर रहता है जो ड्राइवर रहता है, वो फिर उससे मतलब अब वो अपॉर्चुनिटी को यूज करता है कि मुझे मतलब उसमें फेमस कर दो। भले ही वो इमोरल था, बट वो तभी वो भी एडमिट करती है कि मैंने भी यही सब किया है।
या लाइक जो भी बल पड़ेगा करेंगे और आगे बढ़ना है। राइट,
हाँ, ऐसा
यू गाइस कैन।
किसी को हम सब करते हैं, मतलब कोई ना कोई पॉइंट पे हम सब करते हैं वैसा।
ऋतुल आ सकती है? ऋतुल कहाँ है? ओके, ठीक है, आ जाएगी थोड़ी। ओके, हिमांगी, तुम जहाँ तक अभी पढ़ी हो तो तुम्हारे लिए कौन सा है वो एक इमोशन और या कुछ एक कैरेक्टर ट्रेट जो तुम्हारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट हो और यू कैन फील रिलेटेबल टू?
आई थिंक दैट मेरे लिए काफ़ी अच्छा लाइक इंस्पायरिंग भी है ये कि शी डजंट रिग्रेट, जो भी वो अपने एक्शंस होते हैं उनको रिग्रेट नहीं करती। तो आई रियली लाइक दैट अबाउट हर एंड आई वुड लाइक टू डेवलप दैट हैबिट इन माई सेल्फ ऑल्सो कि मतलब कर दो बट रिग्रेट मत करो। तो सो फार दैट इज इट आई गेस।
ओके, ग्रेट। नेहा, व्हाट वाज योर पॉइंट?
I like her straightforwardness. Like she knows she's right or wrong, and she's not uh, shying away to admit that she's right or wrong.
या
Like she grabbed an opportunity, arm twisted people or whatever, manipulated people, but she's not. If someone asks her on her face, she's not shy to say, "Ha, मैंने किया."
या ओके, ग्रेट।
ना और एक और चीज कि अगर उसको फ्रेंडशिप करनी है तो उसको पता है कि मैं उसको यूज नहीं करूंगी।
या
अगर यूज करना है तो यूज करना है, उससे आगे कुछ नहीं करना। स्पेसिफिकेशन जो लोगों को चूज करने में करती है।
या वेरी गुड पॉइंट। युविका?
आई लाइक दैट फाइटिंग स्पिरिट थिंग कि मतलब उसे कुछ चाहिए था तो उसके लिए फिर कुछ भी करना है तो वो कर रही थी मतलब सभी लोग ऐसा करना चाहते हैं बट पीपल वोंट एक्सेप्ट इट कि अगर तुम कहो कि इफ यू वांट अ गोल विल यू डू एनीथिंग फॉर इट पीपल विल डू एनीथिंग फॉर इट बट दे वोंट जस्ट एडमिट इट तो वो ऐसा करती थी तो आई लाइक दैट अबाउट हर
Okay. Sakshi?
I agree with Sanjana, like for career or publicity, she marries, she uses people. But then coming to Rashmi telling about friendship, she never used a friendship for her publicity or career. She was always loyal to them. So maybe that.
Okay. Ritul, आई है तू या अभी भी ऑफ पे ही है? रितुल.
नहीं नहीं, संजना का ऑफ होते ही मैं आ गई तो
ओके.
स्पॉइलर दे दूँ मैं,
ओके
बिल्कुल
ठीक है.
नहीं। सो मेरा यार देखो, मेरे को तुम लास्ट में पूछते हो, सब लोग बोल देते हैं मेरी बातें, इस रश्मि ने बोला फिर मैंने अपना पॉइंट चेंज करा, फिर हिमांगी ने बोला फिर मैंने अपना पॉइंट चेंज करा, अब कुछ नहीं बाकी। सो
बोल दे,
आई
कोई रिपीट कर दे कुछ.
Yeah. You're
इंसिडेंट
right.
बता दे,
नहीं
स्टोरी से कुछ इंसिडेंट बता दे.
बता रही जैसे कि जो वो वाला रॉक स्टार रैपर हस्बैंड था, एक दिन वाला अनलमेंट वाला,
एक नाइट
so
वाला.
she exactly knew how to get him and how to leave him.
She
She was
planned
so
it out.
sure, and she still said it without any regret, without any shame, and she just knew what she was doing. And तो वो चीज जो है ना, like you would be doing something like that, but then you won't admit because it makes you look bad. I've done that in past, so I know that. And also that कि the way she speaks ना, मतलब इतना straightforward, I am not straightforward most of the times. तो आई वॉन्ट टू कल्टिवेट दैट हैबिट कि मतलब थोड़ा सा अगर मतलब आई विल बी सफरिंग a lot, but then I won't speak up because I love that person so much कि I would rather shut up and sit than to tell him or tell her कि you need to back off. I won't do that. Like you remember that part when the starting scene जहाँ पे वो सीरिया को बोलती है if you want to use someone at least use them well or something like that. So it was very straightforward. So I like that. She was very sure.
Like,
If you're using, you tell me.
don't
That's
regret
what.
what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
So everyone was nice about.
yeah.
What about
Also, the mini crush.
Ashwan?
Evident.
ओके ग्रेट. सो मेरे लिए भी मिला जुला ही सब था, बट अगर मैं फिर भी उसको अपने वर्ड्स में पुट डाउन करना चाहूँ तो इट विल बी करेज, द फील, द स्ट्रेंथ और करेजियस शी इज. तो उसके लिए अगर मैं कुछ इंसिडेंट बताना चाहूँ तो द पॉइंट when she get on the stage and kiss Cecilia, that was like way too much for that period. Like Hollywood का टाइम था और
Maybe spoiler did it.
स्पॉइलर नहीं है, बहुत शुरू का है ये. अरे बहुत शुरू का है, बहुत शुरू का
Start
है ये.
कहाँ?
स्टार्टिंग के 50 पेजेस का है ये.
सीरियल को किस किया यार उसने? स्टेज पे
स्टेज पे जाके नहीं किया.
नहीं.
She has never
She
even
was
touched her on the
the
stage.
washroom or laundry room.
अरे
First season में तो definitely नहीं था. It was much after she got into like her second husband का वो जो था.
He did that in front
In the
on a
laundry
screen.
room.
On a screen.
I thought
पता नहीं,
laundry
मैंने
room.
हाँ, screen
डिफरेंट.
exactly.
Yes, I think.
Celia को award
Laundry
मिला था,
room
right?
party. That was not everyone.
हेलो. पता नहीं कुछ पॉइंट मुझसे मिस हुआ क्या इधर उधर क्या. आई डोंट.
उसने
Yeah,
laundry
it
room
was
में
completed
party में
well.
laundry room में किया था.
That
हाँ,
was their
laundry
first
room.
date.
Yeah.
Legend.
तभी when they came out as whatever bi or whatever you call what
Was too much into, kind of, oh, very ambitious, like not exactly what is expected out of a woman. So this is something I kind of got a very subtle sub-layering in the storyline. Somewhere we kind of villainized Evelyn Carey, like she could have sacrificed, प्यार करती थी, but it's not easy. Come on, we need to give it to her.
I totally agree with you. Matlab, actually, it's not like, it's not easy to give up everything you have worked for. And you remember where you came from. So you don't want to go back and you don't want your loved one to go back. So that's all.
अगर वो
Exactly.
उस चीज को चूज करते और सैक्रिफाइस करते तो फिर वो डेली सोप में कन्वर्ट हो जाता और बुक में नहीं
तब तो फिर हिंदी सीरियल बनता है इस पे.
It's too opportunistic to actually agree to this also.
मैं तुम्हारे लिए सब छोड़ सकती
हिंदी सीरियल का डायलॉग है.
तो अभी स्पॉइलर वाला क्वेश्चन, तो जो लोगों को स्पॉइलर नहीं चाहिए वो लोग म्यूट कर लो. जब हो जाएगा खत्म तो आई विल, अच्छा बाई कर लो. अब फिर लाइक अब दो क्वेश्चन बैक टू बैक स्पॉइलर वाला है. ओके, सो रितुल एंड हिमांगी विल बी सेइंग बाय टू अस because they both have not.
Bye everyone.
It was still nice talking to you guys. यार मेरे को बड़ा मन था actually, पता है इस वाले में होने का. I wanted to be in this GD.
Yeah.
I was the most excited for this one, but क्या करें हम.
अरे मैं बताता हूँ सबसे ज्यादा
कोई ना
एक्साइटेड
हम लोग खत्म करके हिमांगी, you and me will
1984.
Especially if you want to join me, anyone wants to join me, contact me. I will.
Okay, bye.
Like
for
talking like मेरी मनोकामना जो मेरी है.
वीडियो कॉल.
चुप
डन.
Bye.
And I don't get a chance to welcome Anu, so I welcoming you here. Like, okay, so next question will be spoilers, or abhi feel free to talk about the spoilers because they are not here. Okay, so what you thought about the character of Marie and Evelyn ने उसी को क्यों चूज किया? Why did she summon her only? कुछ मतलब वो जो बाद में जाके क्लियर हो रहा है, लेकिन हम लोगों को पढ़ते टाइम ये वाला डाउट था थोड़ा सा, राइट, कि यही क्यों, और वो पूछती भी है शुरू में व्हाई मी. तो वो वाला के साथ तुम लोगों का फील क्या जा रहा था, मतलब हर पॉइंट पे क्या सोच रहे थे कि व्हाई इज.
मेरे को मुझे स्टार्टिंग में ये था कि मे बी शी लेफ्ट हर डॉटर फॉर करियर, तो ये वही हो सकती है.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली आई थॉट कि लॉन्ग लॉस्ट डॉटर होगी तो अभी उसको दे देते अपना सब कुछ.
हाँ.
My bad, I got to know the spoiler at the starting, even before reading the book.
मतलब honestly ऐसा डॉटर का ना मुझे ट्रोप वो सबसे पहले दिमाग में आता है, अरे वही होगी, डॉटर होगी, यही होगी और क्या.
Because वो बीच में प्रेग्नेंट भी थी ना वो वन डे हस्बैंड के साथ.
हाँ. But
मैंने वो लिखा है why she wanted her only.
Yeah, very sorry to put it like this.
One person at a time. So Anu is speaking. You continue. Anu, you continue. उसके बाद फिर कोई और पास कर लेगा.
हाँ. Thank you. So very frankly speaking, I'm very sorry to say like this. When I read that pregnant ka trope na, the thing is that Marie was described as dusky, like belonging to a African origin. Like uska father was supposed to be, mother was on the other side, father was supposed to be an American. तो अभी फिर मैरी का मुझे यही लगा था कि लाइक फादर तो फिर अफ्रीकन ही होना चाहिए उसका, सो दैट्स व्हाई एंड नन ऑफ एवलिन्स हस्बैंड वाज फ्रॉम ब्लैक रेस. तो इसीलिए मुझे तब डॉटर वाला ट्रोप हट गया था एंड मेरे दिमाग में ऐसा आया था ओके मे बी होता है ना कि वो जर्नलिस्ट लोग कुछ ना कुछ वेरी सेंसेशनल या कुछ ऐसा अच्छा पब्लिश कर देते हैं कि लाइक द एनीबॉडी हु इज रीडिंग द कॉपी गेट्स अट्रैक्टेड. बट मुझे फिर ये मिस्ट्री था कि मतलब उसने सुसाइड वाला या एक जो पीस लिखा था उसने इतना क्या इम्पोर्टेंट पीस है फॉर एवलिन कि एवलिन काइंड ऑफ suddenly वो piece देख के she kind of called her up to like kind of sell her biography or autobiography, which will cost millions of dollars. So that was something a mystery for me. Not exactly the father one.
Okay. Neha?
Yeah, daughter only actually. Because वो abortion का भी scene बीच में आया था. And I used to think, yeah.
Okay. Rasmi, कुछ और बोलना है? You were trying to speak something. Okay. Sanjana?
I don't know why I didn't think she was her daughter,
Okay.
but throughout I didn't have any conspiracy theory or something.
Okay, okay, great. So you are like sticking to the story. Okay, जो बता रहा है वही सुनेंगे. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
was
would
like flow में
assume.
चलते हैं, पता तो चल ही जाएगा लास्ट में ना.
Yeah, okay, great. Yuvika?
Yeah.
या दैट डॉटर थ्योरी, क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि ऐसे बहुत ज्यादा ही उसके मतलब अचानक से कोई क्यों करेगा किसी के लिए. एंड देन देयर वाज कि बहुत सारी चीजें एवरी छुपा के रखती थी अपनी लाइफ के बारे में. एंड फर्स्ट में स्टार्टिंग में लाइन थी कि आई ओनली लव वन, and then she married someone and she said, I think the second husband, and she said that I loved him and then I did not. So I thought कि starting में सीढ़ियाँ भी शायद ऐसी होगी कि I loved her and then I did not, and then there will be this third some great love whom she would be like really loving, and this was the daughter of that person. So this was my some haphazard theory.
Okay. Sakshi?
My bad luck, even before starting the book, I came across the spoiler. My friend thought that I'd
See,
finished reading the book, so she told me. So I
क्या बोला था
knew
उसने?
who she was.
What was her exact word?
She told it was one of Harry's, lover's daughter. I didn't even know. So it was my bad luck.
Okay, कोई बात नहीं. मेरा
होता है.
वैसे पता है
Tell me.
पूरा प्लॉट लाइन ना वैसे ही सेट था कि वो फील आए कि डॉटर वाला है, क्योंकि एज डिफरेंस भी काफी एविडेंट था. मतलब एवलिन का एज और उसका एज, मतलब एक डॉटर और मदर वाला एज गैप था. उसके बाद फिर बुक का टाइटल सेवन हस्बैंड्स, लाइक कि होगी ही इसकी कोई ना कोई तो इस टाइप का, या तो इस टाइप का सेटअप था. लेकिन एक बार शुरू में जब स्टार्ट होता है तो मरीक उससे पूछती भी है कि वाई मी, तो एवलिन बहुत लाइक दो वर्ड में बोल देती है, बिकॉज आई लव यू, बिकॉज आई लाइक यू, राइट. तो वो एक बार को मानने को भी लगता है कि ठीक है, कोई आदमी ऐसे ही किसी को पिक कर सकता है, इट्स लाइक नॉर्मल वर्ल्ड. और जर्नलिस्ट है, उसका कुछ आर्टिकल उसको अच्छा लगता होगा तो उसने उसको बुला दिया होगा, जैसे अनु ने बोला. तो वो सब था, मिक्स था. धीरे धीरे कभी कभी कुछ और पॉइंट भी आ जा रहा था माइंड में, फिर एंड में जाकर के इट ऑल केम टू अ पॉइंट. और इसी से, क्योंकि एंडिंग में जाकर के सेज रिलेटेड टू हैरी, तो इसी को लेते हुए आगे प्रोसीड करते हैं. तो एंडिंग कैसा था? एंडिंग सबके लिए द होल फील कि ओके इसके साथ नहीं
But
हो
I,
सकता.
but I felt that the ending went in a like blink of an eye. It was the point. It was the main point of the book, that by Monique. But still, they just finished it in like a blink of an eye.
Okay, so you expected something more from the ending.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Neha? Okay, anything else? Okay, Neha?
Yeah, ending was pretty mundane on the book, and she kills herself. That was one more of her I, for a better word for arrogance. मतलब no one can touch me, and I will decide my life. I want to say it that way. So in a way, yeah, उसने हथियार डाल दिए, but she decided it on her terms. So, that was something touching, and that character, she did dwindle once also of her character in life.
Yeah. और
So
वो जो
like
हैरी के साथ पूरा सीन हुआ था, लाइक सी सो वांटेड टू हैव चिल्ड्रन विद हिम, बट
Children.
उसके बाद फिर या बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑब्वियस रीजंस, तो वो वाला पूरा बहुत इमोशनल टच था. एंड स्टिल अनु?
So basically, I'll tell you what again on the point that we kind of agreed on few minutes back, that had the ending been anything else, like we as readers, when we get too attached to the book, we literally don't feel like letting it go. Or have that residual feeling we can't let it go. But there wouldn't have been any other ending if you wouldn't want to turn it into a soap serial anyway. फिर मतलब plastic surgery हो जाता है फिर वापस आ जाता है and all that. But the thing is, here what happened at the end, all the secrets were revealed. Monique was in a very different zone altogether because at the same time she received a lot of information. Evelyn here, I wouldn't agree with calling her arrogant, but she is extremely smart, extremely confident woman, and extremely sure of the person that she is. Right from the time when she actually married Ernie Diaz at the first to kind of come to the Hollywood, that kind of confidence she had throughout her life. So, Evelyn wasn't like the dramatic mother or the dramatic person कि मैं समझती हूँ तुम्हें कि तुम्हारे अंदर क्या बीत रहा है. She was just as a matter of fact कि I understand what you're going through, but so just understand that I couldn't do anything else about it. I couldn't, have Harry's reputation or anybody else's reputation marred at that time. So, and then like kind of Monique was given her space in the book at the end to kind of come in terms, talk to her mother, and then finally, she did what she had to do, like kind of release the book. So, apart from that, I do not find, like I was trying to find out क्या book खत्म हो गया and all, but I couldn't find that. Okay, इसके अलावा what would I have wanted from the book or from the ending? Actually, there was nothing else. Because उसके mind में set था कि I want to tell my story to the world and I have lived my life. I know my own struggle. So and anyway, she was suffering from cancer also. So she was like कि मतलब पूरी जिंदगी मैंने like अपने terms पे जिया है. मैंने सीरिया का भी बात नहीं माना है. So अभी I cannot let anybody else like decide my life. So I'll take my own life, and all the proceeds, all my property will go to the breast cancer foundation. And like उसके maid के लिए भी उसने कुछ छोड़ रखा था. So that is something I don't know. Like I was too enamored by it. Like you have that calm confidence to control your life right till the last breath of your life. क्योंकि जीके भी उसको कुछ था नहीं कि मतलब हाँ मैं तो अपने टर्म्स पे करूंगी. I guess it was not exactly that. It was like I anyway have to die one day, like very soon, because that person had cancer. And so like मतलब उसकी बेटी भी also died for that, and so she was like ठीक है, now my deed is done. I have given you $1 billion deal. So I feel like I've put my जो माइंड में चल रहा था कि इस लड़की के साथ मैंने गलत किया, इस लड़की के पापा के साथ मैंने गलत किया, who was with Harry and with whom I could have respected that person. So I guess the ending might seem abrupt to the readers who wouldn't want to let go of the book, but there wouldn't have been any other ending to be precise without turning it into a drama.
Yeah, or like मतलब Evelyn stayed true with her character. Like उसकी अपनी biography type की थी, तो she could have whitewash her personality और सब कुछ अच्छा अच्छा करके, but
Yes.
she choose to be the person with all the flaws, and she accepted all the
उसने
flaws. Yeah,
उसने 2-3 बार स्टेटमेंट भी बोला है कि डोंट पोर्ट्रेट मी एज अ नाइस वन,
yeah,
शो मी
Yes,
एज आई
yes,
एम.
yeah. So,
yes.
anyone left? Sanjana?
हाय डॉक्टर.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Yes,
Chavi ma'am.
yes.
So we were waiting for you, and
Hi,
we
Shavni
thought,
ma'am.
okay, but your face is not giving a good five. Are you all okay? Like everything is all good?
Yeah, everything is okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. So we were
Yeah.
discussing about the book, and we are like almost at the end of the question. So, for you, you can brief about the book. What was your feeling about reading the whole book? And coming to the questions, the current question is, what was the ending? Like ending experience कैसा रहा your?
Ending, first of all, I really loved the book, but I wanted something more from Monique. I don't know, there was something missing. Maybe her backstory, maybe her relationship with her father could have been defined much better so that I could relate to the emotion of, loss of her father this way much better. So, like, in a way that she's getting some closure finally. So, if that point had been explained earlier very well, I think it would have been very comfortable to accept the ending. I mean, right now also I'm comfortable with it. But what I really loved about Evelyn is that I her character was established with this one sentence that make them pay you the way they would pay a white man.
Ah,
So that statement from Evelyn, it moved so much that I understood that this lady is just, she's there to kill it. She is either, go big or go home.
yeah,
So she was basically the feminist, from the
symbol.
age of 14 when she ran away from her abusive father. It all started from there, and I think it just made us very it showed us the perspective that we see all these actresses and we see all these celebrities. There's always a story behind their face, and she was the one who came out with it once she was ending her life, so we knew that there were multiple layers. What we see is just mainly the single layer. So yeah, the story has a lot of layers on it that we have to unveil page by page.
Yeah, and we did, but you missed.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
Favorite character, doctor?
okay,
Your
no
favorite
problem.
character?
Anyone else left? Yuvika, have you got your point on the board, or you want to?
Yeah, the ending was like, yeah, I felt it was little abrupt, but I think it was mainly because I invested like almost 400 pages into it, and I was invested like so much in the book. And then, this feeling that there is something missing, like ma'am said that Eveline's ending was like all justified, everything was justified, but Monique was, something was missing. Like, I could not relate to what she was feeling, like that closure part and everything. There was something, if maybe it has been mentioned in the initial chapters, I would have found it more comfortable to relate to it. So yeah, that was how the book was for me.
Okay, great. Anyone else have anything to say on this question?
Like I want to say,
Okay.
like Monique's life, like the way the author wrote, her perspective wasn't insufferable. The note, the way she reacted to the death note or the note of a father, it wasn't shown, the relationship wasn't shown between a father and before, when she was a kid. It was
Oh,
just bits of pieces here and there.
uh, so that could have been much better, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, getting you. So, closing the discussion, one final question. If you have to change one thing about the whole story, then what it could be to make it a much better story? Or if it is perfect for you, then no problem. So, starting from Yuvika.
Um, I think I would change that same Monique part, give her more of that screen time, like some initial story about her and her father's bonding, and something more so that I could, accept it that after 400 pages, I'm finally getting through all the characters and finally getting a ending.
Okay, great. Rashmi?
Same Monique part, showing like जैसे हैरी की बेटी का दिखाया था दे वर प्लेइंग ऑन पिकनिक एंड ऑल सो मोनिक का उसके फादर के साथ थोड़ा अटैचमेंट अगर दिखाया जाना हो तो वो चीज
Okay, great. Anu?
So I agree with all their points. Monique का point थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा दिखाना था. Not about Monique, but her relationship with her father. But then I kind of sorry. But then I kind of realized one thing. मतलब the theme of the book is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. ठीक है, and it should center and focus around the main person Evelyn Hugo and the seven husbands. ऐसा नहीं कि तुम बाकियों को इग्नोर ही कर दो मोनिक एंड ऑल द थिंग इज कुछ कुछ जगह पे जहाँ पे लाइक व्हेन एवेलिन इज नरेटिंग हर स्टोरी वो एक एक करके चैप्टर होता एंड आफ्टर मोनिक काइंड ऑफ गोज बैक होम शी काइंड ऑफ कॉन्टेम्पलेट्स एंड थिंक्स अबाउट हर लाइफ उसमें उसके फादर के साथ मदर के साथ रिलेशनशिप दिखाया था विद हर बॉयफ्रेंड एज वेल तो दैट माइट नॉट हैव बीन इनफ बट आई फेल्ट कि अगर इससे ज्यादा बुक स्ट्रेच होता तो आई एम I was feeling कि क्या पता would the book have lost its pace because uh, you know so I'll tell you what ये part last के लिए था ना कि like it turned out to be her father and then she was like okay what happened I need closure and all तो readers को तो मुझे actually last part पढ़ने के बाद लगा अच्छा मोनिका ने उसके पापा का कुछ और लिखना better था but while reading the book all the details about Monica was absolutely normal for me कि पापा के साथ जो छोटे छोटे मोमेंट्स, मम्मी के साथ छोटे छोटे मोमेंट्स, हाउ शी मिसेस हर फादर एवरी डे. So that was kind of very sufficient for me. Ye urge to kind of know more about Monique and her father came after like I completed the book and I got to know the secret at the end. But then I felt ki who knows, maybe if like it would have stretched any further, would it have lost its pace? क्योंकि मतलब the book was like it's my story, my seven husband का story. You have a small backstory ki sorry, like I know you love your father, but I found your father like that. So like go take $1 billion deal.
So I
That's
want to
Evelyn Hugo
jump in.
style.
Yeah, I want to jump in with this. Like, मेरा भी काफी हद तक इस टाइप का है because the title of the book is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So story is centered around her. But उसके बाद ऑथर ने बहुत अच्छे से मोनिक के कैरेक्टर को एवलिन के कैरेक्टर के साथ रिलेट कर दिया है. मतलब एक छोटा छोटा इंसिडेंट बता करके उसने रिलेट कर दिया है. एंड दे लाइक कि इसका भी कैरेक्टर आर्क काफी हद तक एवलिन की तरह है. सो यू कैन गेट अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ मनी इन द कैरेक्टर आर्क ऑफ एवलिन ह्यूगो. सो ये वाला पॉइंट मतलब राइटर ने अच्छे से जस्टिफाई किया है. लेकिन इसके बाद कमिंग टू ऑल अदर्स पॉइंट लाइक दे वांट टू सी मोर ऑफ मरीक एंड एवरीवन एल्स. तो आई थिंक इट कुड बी अ गुड स्टोरी. लाइक उसके ऊपर से ना आगे जा करके एक अच्छी स्टोरी लिखी जा सकती है मरीक के कैरेक्टर के ऊपर.
Correct.
एंड अभी के लिए आई थिंक इट्स क्वाइट गुड क्लोजर. बट इसको आगे कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं. और इवन कि दूसरे दूसरे जो उसके हस्बैंड्स हैं उनके साइड की भी स्टोरी वी वुड लव टू रीड एंड हियर अबाउट.
One more thing is about Monique and David. So the thing is, they showed that the breakup was because Monique wanted to stay in New York, David wanted to go to San Francisco, which was completely justified. But we would have been. Don't you think it could have been a little better if they had showed that Monique and David's relationship strength to strength, or the circumstances they got married under, something like that. I mean, there were always bits and pieces about Monique, I understand, and I also understand the story was not really about her. But since they were correlating Evelyn's character with Monique, so I think both characters' backstories were equally important in this.
Yeah. So like it's always
Monique,
good to have more stories. We always want to have more stories and
no,
more character arc. But
moreover, Monique is the mirror of Evelyn Hugo in a way. So that's why I thought we deserved a little bit more of her.
yeah, okay.
She was
You
like the
try to
glue.
convey
She
your
was like
point
the
to
glue going
Tyler
into this.
Jackson Jenkins. Okay. And anyone else left? Neha, what's your thought about all this? Endings and
Uh, I don't know. I didn't like the book that much as such because
you can
but the
rant
end.
about it. You have something to say about the writing style and all those things.
Yeah. So basically, it was a whole lot of negativity in the book, and I know people need to be ruthless in this world to make it, but you've always got a choice, like to be good, to be bad, and she chose the wrong angle all the time, kinds to step up her career, or however you want to say it. I know she wanted to make it big, and you have to be ruthless in that, but at the yeah, I also know that people she gamed with didn't really care about her also much. They were also equally opportunistic, or equally wanting something out of her. But I didn't like the whole muck.
Okay.
The one thing I really loved about the book is that when they started describing Evelyn Hugo,
Hmm.
I I thought of like I had a picture of Marilyn Streep from Devil Wears Prada in my head,
Yeah,
Miranda Priestley character, and they
yeah.
delivered. They absolutely delivered. That was the best part about the book.
Okay, great.
And
Anyone
the
else?
funny part is that I just finished reading Wall of Winnipeg, and उसमें so that girl keeps a caller tune, a caller ID name of this Devil Wears Prada में उसका नाम क्या था?
Miranda
M.
Priestley.
Miranda Priestley.
Miranda
Miranda
Priestley.
हाँ
Priestley.
हाँ हाँ. So she keeps a person's name on that. So it actually shifted in my.
Uh,
So I have a question over here. So, like, do you guys believe like the circumstances,
Sorry,
your childhood and your hello? Am I audible now?
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Just I got this point from what she kind of told. So, do you guys believe that yes, our childhood and our life experience actually frame the personality that we are actually at? Because somewhere I felt कि Evelyn Hugo जो है, was she born so confident? Was she born a diva? या फिर the circumstances that she faced, whether like her drunkard father or like abusive husband in Dawn, फिर Ernie Diaz like just a small time cheatster जो जिसके साथ first शादी की उसने. So did those circumstances make Evelyn Hugo the way she is, or she was just like that while she was born?
I think Evelyn
I
Hugo
think
was destined to be that, but she was the other circumstances led to it because her mother used to say that she wants to travel the world. Her mother herself wanted to have it all. So she always was that entitled person, entitled in a good way, that she wants to achieve everything, not that she wants to have everything. So,
उसका ऐसा
but
कहते हैं ना,
abuse of her father and these circumstances, they just led to where she was.
they framed it more, like they channeled it more, but I think she was, and she was somehow living her mother's dream also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rasmi, you
She's
want
just
to
a
add
I
something?
I
think
somewhere I
Yeah.
like
she
somewhere I
उस
felt कि she was. अच्छा हाँ please continue. Sorry, I did not realize.
सॉरी ऐसा था ना कि उसकी माँ ने उसको एक ड्रीम दिया बट उसको कोई आइडिया नहीं दिया कि उसको कैसे करना है. अब वो आइडिया उसने खुद फिगर आउट किया क्योंकि जब वो उसने एज के बारे में बात की गई थी शी वाज 14 व्हेन ही आस्क्ड शी टोल्ड यस आई एम अबव 16. तो उसको ये रियलाइजेशन था कि क्या मेरे पास पावर है, तो उसको काफी जल्दी वो रियलाइज हो गया था, सो जिसकी वजह से वैसे आगे आगे बढ़ती गई.
Yeah.
And I also think that all her marriages were successful because they fulfill what she needs, like what she aimed for.
yeah.
And we don't usually marry just for money and just for love. We need balance of both for a relationship to function.
Yep.
Correct, correct. That's a good point. And in fact, somewhere like I saw the vulnerable and the nice, sweet, and bubbly side of Evelyn throughout this book when she married Dawn. She was a woman in
She was still
love, bouncing
naive.
on
She
her.
was still naive that
Ah,
time.
हाँ. So she was not shown exactly as a cutthroat. क्योंकि जब अर्नी डियाज के साथ when she was with अर्नी डियाज she was just clear कि अरे मुझे हॉलीवुड जाना है, वो होता है ना कि मुझे बॉलीवुड
It was a
जाना है
stepping
तो किसी से
stone.
शादी करनी
Huh.
है. हाँ, so she was not exactly evil at that time, but she knew already कि she had to leave Ernie. So, but she was a very nice and sweet person when she was with Dawn, all bouncy and person in love. I guess it was after she started facing abuse and after she became focused on her career that she became the Evelyn Hugo that we have in the book.
No,
Yeah,
she
and
was
no,
elegant first.
even when I think sorry, but even when Dawn pushed her career कि हमको ये करना चाहिए, तुमको ये करना चाहिए, तो हम as a couple we'll grow. I think that time she started becoming sore.
Because he was too controlling. Like
Yeah,
Dawn thought कि वो
even
एक
before the
बहुत
abuse
influential
started.
family
Yeah,
से
even before the abuse started, she
Yes,
had given up, kind of.
yes.
Okay.
Because she was in love.
और किसी के पास कुछ पॉइंट है?
Yeah, I want to talk about
Okay.
a
Yeah,
point.
Sakshi, go on.
I even like the way they showed her love in different ways. Like example, marrying with Harry when Harry was with John and she was with Celia. The arrangement, it's something fascinating. And it was the longest marriage. She was together with Harry
Yeah.
and they have a child, the family, the five of them. It was a dream. But she messed it up eventually. But I like that part of the story.
Okay. Great. एक क्वेश्चन और मेरे ध्यान में आ रहा है बिकॉज आई फाइंड मैनी थिंग्स इन दिस बुक. सो एक आउट ऑफ ब्लू क्वेश्चन है एंड आउट ऑफ स्टोरी, इसका कुछ स्टोरी पे इम्पैक्ट नहीं है बट स्टिल दोज पॉइंट मेक अ स्टोरी बेटर और प्रेजेंटेशन एटलीस्ट बेटर. सो बुक पढ़ते टाइम किसी को कुछ ऐसा डिटेल मिला या कुछ ऐसा इनोवेटिव चीज मिला जो नहीं भी होता तब भी कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, स्टोरी वुड हैव रिमेन द सेम एंड कैरेक्टर वुड हैव रिमेन द सेम। तो बुक के प्रेजेंटेशन में कुछ ऐसा डिटेल्स किसी को एनकाउंटर हुआ? जैसे अगर मैं एग्जांपल दूं तो चैप्टर के जो नेम्स हैं, पार्ट के जो नेम्स हैं, तो पार्ट के नेम में हर हस्बैंड के नाम के आगे एक एडजेक्टिव यूज है। तो इट वाज सो सब्टल बट सो
Yes.
इनोवेटिव एंड सो इंटरेस्टिंग। तो ऐसे किसी को कुछ और आया था क्या?
Um,
और नहीं?
Not on the top of
actually, no.
my head right now.
हाँ, मेन
Yes,
यही था,
book actually.
यूनिकनेस बोले तो यही था। और और बुक कवर के लिए बात करें तो बुक कवर में जो उसका सिग्नेचर ग्रीन
signature
कलर
Red.
था
down.
वो प्रोमिनेंट था, और कुछ नहीं था वैसा।
हाँ, किसी ने उसको
Actually,
लास्ट
probably
पेज देखा बुक पे,
sorry.
रश्मि मैं
लास्ट
सही
पेज
से
जो
बोल।
इनहांस, हाँ इनहांस बुक क्लब का जो लास्ट पेज पे फर्स्ट पॉइंट दिया है, किसी ने दे पढ़ा उसको?
Yeah, yeah, I read it.
It says, in the book, Evelyn Hugo starred in her first movie in 1956. Consider hosting a classic Hollywood movie night for your group, watching films from that year with the similarly iconic stars such as Grace Kelly in High Society and Merlin Monroe in Bus Stop. For added fun, have everyone dressed up in their best Evelyn Hugo.
हाँ, I was watching a review of this book, like तीन लोग मिलके बात कर रहे थे and they all were wearing the green emerald color cloths so like okay, गुड वन। अच्छा, इसी से मूवी से
Fun
रिलेटेड ना एक
actually.
और सब्टल टच मेरे को अभी याद आया। द नेम ऑफ द बुक्स, लाइक बुक पढ़ते टाइम यू विल गेट टू नो द बायोपिक एवलिन हैज वर्कड इन, तो लिटिल वुमेन का रेफरेंस है और भी बहुत अच्छे अच्छे बुक्स का रेफरेंस है। तो या तो वो भी, वो लोग कुछ ऐसी फिक्शनल रख सकते थे, कुछ भी नाम रख सकते थे, बट दे चूज टू पिक द बेस्ट बुक, फाइनेस्ट बुक, लाइक लिटिल वुमेन हो गया, तो इस टाइप के बुक्स हो गए। तो या
ना बट उसमें लास्ट के
कल हम
आर्टिकल में
मीटअप पे
उसने
वही बात
क्लैरिफाई
कर रहे
किया है
थे।
ना, लास्ट
ओके।
के आर्टिकल में उसने बोला ना कि even if it's the title is Seven Husbands, it is of Evelyn Hugo. Wife is me. Husbands are seven, so what? The wife is only me.
या
इनफैक्ट इससे लाइक टेकिंग द इन्फ्लुएंस फ्रॉम दिस वन, मुझे जो चीज सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग लाइक मतलब इतना स्मार्ट एंड इंटेलिजेंट वर्क बाय द ऑथर जो लगा, उसने जो चैप्टर मतलब उसने जो बुक का टाइटल रखा, सेवन सेवन हस्बैंड्स ऑफ एवलिन ह्यूगो। सबसे पहले व्हेन यू नो सी द कवर, सी द टाइटल, यू आर लाइक अच्छा वही होगी हॉलीवुड एक्ट्रेस, लाइक शी माइट हैव मैरिड बट हाँ वी विल गेट टू नो हर पर्सपेक्टिव कि मतलब लोग पीपल आर वेरी इजी टू जज विमेन, तो होगा कुछ एक एक हस्बैंड के साथ, बस लोग मे बी उसको वही देख रहे कि अरे इसके तो साथ साथ पतिया है। बट व्हेन यू काइंड ऑफ delve into the book, like when you read about Mick Riva itself, like Mick Riva के साथ जब उसने शादी किया, that's when you realize it's not about the husbands, it's at all, it's about Evelyn and why she chose to marry those husbands, like for film promotion, for like to camouflage her feelings for Celia, and Rex का भी like उसका भी उसके गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ था, so it was a win-win situation for both. So you know this careful titling of the book without giving anything away, but at the end the author was like, "See, I told you so." So that was so intelligent and so subtle, and I really like that
या
the book title.
That is
That
what
was
is
very
making
innovative.
Evelyn everything in the book, the grayest of all the grays. She is a victim and she is the culprit.
या
She is that nice Lucky Savitri woman, and at the same, she is like the bitch that can take away any job that she wants. We really don't know. She has like she's like Ravan. She has 10 faces, and we don't know which one to rely on. There is no central face of her. But the thing is, ultimately, Evelyn was every other human being. The only difference was she knew what she wanted and she had to have it. That is what makes her,
Yeah, he
ultimately,
has that. She has that sassiness, sassy bitch. They say.
yeah.
या
Yeah,
Oh,
अगर लास्ट तक कि होगा, किया है मैंने, किया है तो क्या, मैंने किया है, मेरे लिए किया है, मेरी लाइफ
She
बेटर हुई है,
gets,
मैं
yeah,
किसी को क्यों जवाब दूँ?
she gets angry when anyone uses her actions. They describe it as sins because according to her,
Yeah,
sins is something where if you regret something, she doesn't regret anything. She just wanted what she wanted and she just had it. It's as simple as that.
इन फैक्ट ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी ना, मुझे सीलिया का कैरेक्टर थोड़ा सा मतलब इंडियन हस्बैंड्स की तरह लगा, मतलब नॉट जनरलाइजिंग इंडियन
yeah,
हस्बैंड्स एट
you're
ऑल,
right.
Yeah.
During that
लाइक
scene,
few
this
few
scene part,
people in
yeah.
Indian husbands. So it's like, okay, as an actor, actress, wo zamana might be a bit different, but Hollywood was way ahead than Bollywood in terms of like nude scenes or any sort of very I wouldn't call it vulgarity, but yeah, openness and all. So मतलब एक सीलिया के साथ लड़ाई हुआ कि why did she have sex scene in the movie? So मतलब Evelyn went ahead and did the sex scene anyway in the movie without asking. So उसपे सीलिया बिगड़ गई and she was like you should have and this is not what मतलब I understand, but then again, you are an actress yourself and you need to understand the demands of the profession. Yes, Evelyn should have asked you, but why ask? मतलब मैं अपना काम करने से पहले will I ask anyone? मतलब I'll ask that person if that person has knowledge and can help me fine tune my skills or help me in my work. But when it comes to work and if I have to do that, why will I ask? But yes, since I'm a couple, so I'll ask that person if you're comfortable. But Tia का जो nature है already उसको पता था कि वो मना करेगी and that scene was kind of important to pull the crowd to the cinemas. So Celia का
हाँ,
majority of the time वो हाँ yes please yes go ahead.
एक और चीज थी कि सीलिया ने कभी एवलिन से कुछ डिस्कस नहीं किया था, हमेशा एवलिन ने ही उससे चीजें बताई थी कि मैं ये कर
Yes
रही हूँ या
yes
मैं ये करूँ। सीलिया ने कभी परमिशन नहीं ली और एक पॉइंट तक ये भी लग रहा था कि मे बी सीलिया एक्ट कर रही है सिर्फ उसे नीचे गिराने के लिए, अपनी पोजीशन हाई करने के लिए। सो एक पॉइंट तक वो लग रहा था कि दैट शी इज नॉट इन लव एंड शी जस्ट प्रिटेंडिंग इट।
Okay.
सो इनफैक्ट सीलिया का एक जगह मुझे ये भी लगा था कि सीलिया मतलब सीलिया वाज लाइक द टिपिकल इंडियन पतिव्रता नारी एट द सेम टाइम टिपिकल इंडियन हस्बैंड, क्योंकि सीलिया का एक एक दो जगह पे डायलॉग ऐसा भी था कि तुम्हारे लिए मैं ये कर देती, लाइक मतलब एंड उसका जो नेचर है उसका जो मतलब यू अंडरस्टैंड द सीरियसनेस ऑफ दैट पर्सन बाय रीडिंग हर वर्ड्स. So Celia would have kind of left that movie. Celia was ready to kind of travel with Evelyn and go wherever she goes without bothering. मतलब Celia was definitely careeristic, but मतलब Evelyn नहीं मतलब I would do that for you. And Evelyn को ऐसा दिखाया गया था more like she will place her career first क्योंकि मैंने बहुत पापड़ बेले यहाँ पे पहुंचने के लिए. So please understand मुझे ये करना पड़ेगा. So that is something I saw in Celia and versus Evelyn Hugo.
Okay.
Actually, Celia making Evelyn feel guilty about the scene particular was very disheartening, for her character. Because as you say, these are career demands. If it were not her career, it would have been justified to some extent that maybe she doesn't understand the gravity of, doing this scene. But she is into it and she herself was some Academy Award winner. She should understand that why, her counterpart is doing that kind of scene. So it becomes quite injustifiable on Celia's part to make her feel guilty about taking permission. Also, it's okay. Discussions between any couple are fine. But to say that you did not ask me, that becomes a little, out of hand.
Yeah. Okay. Get it. We face all the time. No problem.
Yeah.
अच्छा उसके बाद फाइनली क्लोजिंग अप द मीटिंग बट एक फटाफट के लिए एक क्वेश्चन ही मोर ऑफ अ रिकमेंडेशन. सो इफ एनीवन लाइक दिस बुक तो व्हाट वुड यू वांट टू रिकमेंड देम? या तो वो बुक हो सकती है, शॉर्ट बुक हो सकती है, या तो मूवी भी हो सकती है. सो एक एक करके एक दो फटाफट अपने रिकमेंडेशन थ्रो कर देना. तो स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम युविका, कुछ आ रहा है माइंड में to recommend?
I think the next book by the same author, Daisy Jones. I think I read some initial chapters and they were also almost the same. Means the character Daisy Jones, she was also more like Evelyn Hugo. I have not completed it, but yeah, she's also like, I want to get this thing. I'm more like the same personality, so I would recommend it.
Okay. Rasmi?
I don't have any answer to this point right now.
Okay. Sanjana?
After reading Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I got interested in Marilyn Monroe. तो उसके ऊपर एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री है नेटफ्लिक्स पे द
Okay.
मिस्ट्रीज ऑफ मैरिलिन मोनरो
Okay.
शी वाज मैरिड 3 times something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she killed herself too. So the reason behind it and everything.
Ah,
So yeah, it's interesting. Should give it a try.
great. Anu? Anu? Anurupa? Your mic
He's
is muted.
muted.
Mic is on mute. हाँ अभी
Am I
ठीक है.
audible? Huh. So, since we are talking about Evelyn Hugo, and like that is the book that made me fall in love with Taylor Jenkins Reid. And after I started reading her books, like she did not disappoint. Another one that I would recommend is One True Loves.
Okay.
So, matlab, again, another book with ambiguity in life, but matlab, as in he, it was justified so well. The story progressed so well. I'll not give any spoilers over here. Again, ऐसा लग रहा है कि Seven Husbands है of Evelyn Hugo, अच्छा कुछ ना कुछ reason रहा होगा. But here also One True Loves. But I'll just say the first line of the book. I might not be able to quote it exactly, but the context आपको समझ जाएगा. I was having dinner with my fiance when my ex-husband called me. Sorry, nee, sorry, strike that. I was having dinner with my fiance when my husband called me.
Ah, okay.
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 Yeah.
So that was like a mind-boggling sentence, and it was like not said in malice. पहले लाइन पढ़ के ऐसा लगा अरे फियोन्से हस्बैंड मतलब चल क्या रहा है लाइक
वही
कुछ
वही.
अब्यूजिव था कि डिवोर्स नहीं मिला बट तो जो उसके बाद जब पढ़ना स्टार्ट करोगे ना यू बी लाइक अरे ऐसा तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है तो इट्स अमेजिंग सो
Okay.
वही वाली बात है कि एक बार पढ़ लो इट विल बी वेरी लाइक यू विल बी रियली टेकन अबैक.
Okay, great. Neha?
I would recommend Regretting You by
Your
Colin
voice.
Hoover.
Can you please repeat? Your voice broke.
Regretting You,
Okay.
Regretting You. Can you hear me now?
हाँ. Regretting You by.
By Colin Hoover.
अच्छा, okay. Colin Hoover. Okay. Sakshi?
I don't have any answer at this point because I haven't read similar books. Yeah.
Okay, great. Chavi ma'am?
I would recommend Seven Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
Oh, okay. उसका नाम भी एवलिन था. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Actually, that's the book. I mean, when I heard the name of that Seven Husbands, that was the book I was reminded of for the first time.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's very mind-boggling. It's about 8 days, 8 reincarnations of man to solve the murder mystery of Evelyn Hardcastle.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's kind of a fantasy mix with crime and thriller. I think people like Ashwini and Ashwati will really love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
बहुत सही. तो मेरी तरफ से एक रिकमेंडेशन आएगा. अभी लेटेस्ट नहीं हो गया, काफी दिन हो गया, 2 साल आई गेस हो गया. एक नेटफ्लिक्स पे सीरीज है, उसका नाम है हॉलीवुड. सो
Yes.
इफ एनी वन इज इंटरेस्टेड गो वॉच इट. तो मतलब इस बुक का एक जो मेन चल रहा है टाइमलाइन की एवलिन के बारे में सब कुछ हो रहा है, बट अगर साइड कैरेक्टर देखें तो वी आर गेटिंग द इनसाइट्स ऑफ द हॉलीवुड. लाइक वहाँ पे पीआर कैसे वर्क करती है, ग्रोथ हो गया, वहाँ कल्चर हो गए, तो वो सबका भी एक झलक मिल रहा है. तो हॉलीवुड में इस एस्पेक्ट को बहुत अच्छे से कवर किया गया है हॉलीवुड सीरीज में. तो इफ एनी वन इज इंटरेस्टेड इन टू डैट कि गेटिंग द इनसाइट्स ऑफ हॉलीवुड और वहाँ के स्टार्स वगैरह ये सब, तो हॉलीवुड इज़ अ गुड थिंग टू कैच अप ऑन. और एवलिन ह्यूगो की एक वो भी आ रही है, मूवी भी आ रही है, एडेप्टेशन आ रही है. सो स्टे ट्यून्ड
Yeah.
I
फॉर
have
दैट.
a question from it.
या ओके. सो नाउ वी शुड
Um,
एंड इट. कुछ बोलना है रश्मि? हाँ.
Like if Evelyn Hugo's movie is coming, so is there anyone in your mind in Hollywood who can portray her?
यार I don't
Like
know
they
much about
should
Hollywood
cast.
characters like Hollywood actress, so I cannot
Like,
recommend.
Okay, let's take from Bollywood.
the can be Monique very easily.
ओके. मेरे
But
को कुछ थोड़ा सा
treat
वैसा चाहिए, रॉ टाइप का चाहिए, लाइक जो इसके कैरेक्टर को जस्टिफाई कर सके, नॉट
Okay, let's take from Hollywood as well. Anyone?
So,
I think
uh,
Meryl Streep and Jennifer Lawrence will make a good combination.
Sorry?
छवि मैम आपका वॉइस ब्रेक कर रहा था.
या
Meryl Streep and Jennifer Lawrence will make a good combination.
पता नहीं
Jennifer who? Which Jennifer?
Lawrence, Jennifer Lawrence.
हाँ, जेनिफर
Lawrence,
लॉरेंस इज
Lawrence, Lawrence.
एक्चुअली अ गुड चॉइस. या वो, या शी कैन बी अ गुड चॉइस. या यू आर वेरी राइट.
I'll I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. So Jennifer Lawrence, जैसे I heard this name, Jennifer Lawrence, I feel will be much better suited for Celia, who is strong, who is with her own conviction, but at the same time has a loving side at her. Evelyn Hugo, I feel one of the best Evelyn Hugos can either be Angelina Jolie from Hollywood, if I'm talking about only from Hollywood. Either
I was gonna
Angelina
say that
Jolie.
only.
So
एंजेलिना
either
जेनिफर कैरेक्टर जस्टिफाई करेगा, बट स्टिल आई एम स्पेक्टिकल अबाउट हर.
मतलब she can pull it off. और एमिली ब्लंट जिसने डेविल वेयर्स प्राडा
आई
में
सो वांट एमिली
दूसरे
ब्लंट, बट
सेक्रेटरी
नो.
का रोल किया था.
I
एमिली
so
ब्लंट.
I
So
so want Emily Blunt to do it, but still I don't know. उसका कैरेक्टर बहुत अलग है एवलिन ह्यूगो का, एंड पता नहीं, आई एम वेरी स्पेक्टिकल अबाउट इट. लेट्स सी क्या होता है.
Emily
मतलब जो भी करेगा
Emily Blunt easily be Celia James because she's very stubborn, and Emily Blunt has that kind of eyes, very stubborn and very
लेट
entitled
मी
eyes.
गूगल इट. क्या अनाउंस हो गए हैं स्टारकास्ट?
No,
अभी नहीं हुआ.
अभी तक. Another good one, another good Evelyn Hugo can be Margot Robbie. That crazy person, the crazy girl in Birds of Prey या Prey of Birds ऐसा कुछ जो actress थी, Margot Robbie. Like उसका मैंने Great Gatsby पे देखा था. She really had that power hungry look in her eyes, so she can be the one. In terms of Bollywood, I feel that Priyanka Chopra will be able to pull off Evelyn Hugo really well in an Indian style, मतलब Indian context.
नहीं, आई वांट
मतलब
कंगना रनौत टू डू इट, बिकॉज
Same.
उस पे एक तो वाइब
correct.
भी
She is
आएगी.
more crazy.
या उस पे
She
वाइब
will
आएगी,
like
रॉनेस आएगा,
crazy.
और उसके बाद वो पूरा एक वो जो होता है ना सीन, वो आएगा उसके साथ. लाइक वो असली में भी देखे तो
Either
काफी हद
Kanna
तक रिजेंबल
or
करती है उससे. जो उसको चाहिए होता है, सी गेट इट. तो या
हाँ.
Evelyn Hugo के अगर attitude की बात हो तो कोई Kanna. Okay, and other than Kanna, it can be Deepika, I think. I think. Not
Yes,
sure
Deepika,
about.
Deepika is correct, but Kangana is
But
much more like हाँ.
ओके,
I'm
जब
sure about
बनेगी
Harry.
बॉलीवुड में तो तुम लोगों के रिकमेंडेशन भेजे जाएंगे, चिंता मत करो.
Harry, I think you
I'm
would
sure.
Vicky Kaushal.
Harry हाँ
No,
बोलो
no, no.
बोलो.
नहीं, that
Karan
red
Johar.
design
Karan
Manish
Johar.
Malhotra.
Karan Johar.
For Harry,
Oh
I
God.
think Karan Johar should be casted.
Please, huh? Karan Johar was a nice person. Sorry, Harry was a nice person
Was
with a good
nice.
heart. Karan Johar is a
No,
bitch, so
Ranbir
no, but
Kapoor.
some
Okay, no,
similarities.
let's not call names here. And
हाँ, ये
I
recording
just
बंद
spelled
करने
it
के
out.
बाद.
yeah, okay, so if everyone can turn on their video so I can get a screenshot, and we can end the meeting.
Yeah.
Yo, say hi. Cheese, जो बोलना है बोलो.
Hi.
Okay, great.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye everyone. We had a
Wow.
great time here. And
Yeah.
वो बुक और है,
Yeah.
एक छवि मैम की बुक है, द मैस इन हर रूम, और उसके बाद फिर 1984. सो जो जो उसमें है, फील फ्री टू ज्वाइन ऑन द टाइम. और बाकी जो नहीं है, वेट फॉर द नेक्स्ट अपकमिंग बुक्स.